let's get into the news of the day. We've got this from Blacklocks today. So many of you know that John A. Macdonald, the statue at Queen's Park in Toronto, was recently freed from its plywood sarcophagus after many years because it was vandalized. And then instead of doing something about the vandalism, they just boxed him up. It was so bad that Jason Kenney, the premier here in Alberta at the time, said, if you're not going to unbox them, just send them to us. We'll do something with them.
Yeah.
And now, to his credit, although many, many years too late, Doug Ford, the premier of Ontario, has released Sir John A. Macdonald, our first prime minister. But this story from Blacklocks, I don't think that we're going to see much more honoring our first prime minister across the country. A federal board in a closed-door ruling vetoed any new historic plaques honoring John A. Macdonald as, quote, too polarizing and controversial. Historic Sites and Monuments Board noted in part that Macdonald had opposed Chinese immigration. The board recommended that Sir John A. Macdonald, again, they're judging him by the wokeism of today. He was a man of his time.
Yeah.
He should be commemorated by means of information to be made available on the Parks Canada website, and that no plaque be erected, said the December 12th, 2023 meeting of directors. Every one of these directors should be fired. The minutes were released through access to information to Blacklocks. Macdonald in 1927 was declared a nationally historic person, you think. The designation was considered at board meetings in 2022 and 2023. Its final review occurred in 2023, and the board recommended the following revised statement of commemoration intent for Sir John A. Macdonald. He played a major role, you think, as Canada's first prime minister, but condemned him for suppressing Indigenous resistance in the Northwest, using the disappearance of the bison to force First Nations to take treaties and settle on reserves, disenfranchising Chinese people, and attempting to restrict their immigration, and founding a national system of Indian residential schools, which represented a policy of aggressive assimilation. The 2015 Truth and Reconciliation Commission described as cultural genocide. You know who also played a very important role in Indian residential schools? Jean Chrétien. But I bet you that man's going to get the Order of Canada if he doesn't have it already. I don't pay that much attention to what he's up to today, except to acknowledge that he's still alive. And whenever the Liberals talk about the cultural genocide of the Indian residential schools, I kindly advise them that Jean Chrétien is still alive, and he was the last Indian Affairs Minister to sign off on those things.
Oh, and let's not forget our Prime Minister Mark Carney's father, who was very instrumental in the Northwest Territories for residential, day schools, and the writing he did about how beneficial it was for the people and what he witnessed. And he was well loved in that community. So are we to believe he was lying about all of that? And actually, I just shared a link, sorry to surprise it on you, but I just learned this. I just did an interview with Francis Woodison, who was a professor in Calgary, who was wrongfully terminated for speaking truth about residential school. And this will show you right there, if you can show the chief, little Louis was instrumental in starting the Kamloops residential school. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, we don't want history out there.
Yeah,
you stop that.
Yeah. So if we have a statue of him, there's actually things named after this chief. Are people going to be advocating for that to be taken down as well? Again, he seemed to be someone who was well loved, and he converted to Catholicism in his adult years, which is also interesting, something you'll never hear now too. So this whole erasing of our history and cherry picking, and like you said, putting it to a standard of so many years ago as though it fits today, and it's just an attack on the country itself and our identity.
I didn't read that, but if I had to guess, the Oblate priests converted him. Or he converted thanks to the missionary work of the Oblate priests, which helped settle most of the West and broker peace between governments, but also competing and warring bands. They were instrumental in that. People need to learn the history of Father Lacombe. Yeah, we don't want the dangerous history getting out there. We are only supposed to see it through a 2025 woke worldview, and we are not to understand that things are far more nuanced and detailed than the left would have us believe. And that's why they don't want us knowing things about our own history and who these people are. They just want to cancel them and then rewrite history in their own way. It's very Orwellian, actually, the memory holding of it all.
We got a super chat on this note, so I'll just go ahead
yeah,
since
please.
it's on topic. Again, if you'd like to participate, this is from JP Power. Thank you very much. Donates $5. Says, was John A. not taken off the $5 bill? Shame. Some lady is on there now. I like the lady on there too, but it's like, why are you taking and removing it off? I have no idea who she is. Nuts. Yeah. Replace. Terry Fox gone from our passports.
Yeah. John A. Macdonald was removed from the $5 bill. He's no longer featured on the $5 note, which now features Sir Wilfrid Laurier. And Terry Fox is on the new $5 note that was announced in December 2024. But Macdonald is featured on the $10 bill. And maybe there's also, again, some lady. Again, if I can't name who you are, I think Houston, we have a problem, or Ottawa, we have a problem. I want to tell everybody about our Rebel News birthday party before we hit the ad break. So Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. It's at the Carriage House Hotel and Conference Center in Calgary, Alberta. We've got live music, we've got cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, a meet and greet, and photos with your favorite rebels. We actually had our 10th birthday back in February, but we were in the throes of prorogation, the Liberal leadership campaign, and what we knew to be an impending election campaign. So it was very busy. We had to work. We put our party aside. And now, I mean, and we were planning it. We kept having to move it because of work. And now we've just decided there's always going to be work. We have to pull the chute on this thing. So it's September 18th in Calgary. Please join us to celebrate all of the hard work that our Rebel employees have done, bringing you the truth, bringing you the other side of the story, advocating for the little guy, and standing up for freedom. And we just want you to join us because you have been part of this journey